guys, it's Tracey from Nova Scotia Living, and I've tried this a couple times this morning, but it's the weekend, and of course, house full of kids, it's easy to get distracted or interrupted, so I'm going to try to do this quick, and we'll see how it goes. Anyways, I was tagged for this video by Michele from Lakeside Homestead, and thank you, Michele, for this, because I love watching you guys, and if anybody else out there watching this, you should go over and check out their channels. It's called Lakeside Homestead, and it's Michele and Bruce and Nate, and they're a beautiful family, and they're from Canada too, and yeah, just it's real life. It's real life. Love them. Anyways, I just want to I wasn't sure if there were specific questions I was supposed to answer or address, so some of them I picked up from Michele, what she was talking about. And then I realized I'm just going to wing it and just wrote down some ideas. So, yeah, let's see how it goes. Alright, she started off talking about when she was young. So, when I was young, I was kind of shy too. I hated speaking in front of people. I had friends at school, and of course, when you're little like that, there's cliques and stuff, like little groups of pockets of friends and things. I consider myself kind of shy, but with my friends I wasn't. I liked a good laugh, and I don't know, that's kind of a question you'd have to ask my childhood friends. But, yeah, I was a skinny beanpole then. I had super blonde hair, like my teenage son. When he was little, he had bleached blonde hair, and I still have blonde hair, but of course it's darkened up. Yeah, and I liked sports. I did piano lessons, and I figure skated for years, but yeah, I played soccer when I was in high school, and really liked that. So yeah, I guess that's what I can say about that. That'll be like part one. So question, or fact number two, I'll say when I was younger, I couldn't read very well. In elementary school, I was scared to death that the teacher was going to ask me to read, because we'd have to read novels or stories in class, and she'd pick out somebody in the class, and sometimes I'd get picked, and I would freeze, and I had a hard time reading, and it was almost torturous. When I think of it now, that's terrible. A terrible situation for a child to be in. There should have been more supports, but that was 30 years ago. So anyways, about 6 or 7 years ago, I was determined to start reading. And as I got older, of course I could read, but I struggled when I was in elementary school. But I never read for enjoyment. About 6 or 7 years ago, I decided to try to read, and I read hundreds and hundreds of books, and I'm not exaggerating. Up in my attic, I have Rubbermaid totes of books. It's almost like hoarding. I need to start letting some of them go. I read paperback books, I read hardcover books, I read on my Kobo, I listen to audiobooks. I just started doing that this year, but yeah, reading opened up a whole new world for me. And what I read for enjoyment, this is going to be funny, but there's a big crowd out there. I love paranormal romance, adult novels, and I love series. Not just, I do read individual books, but if it's in a series, ooh, that's right up my alley for sure. So yeah, I'm one of those kind of people. Fact number 3, I am a middle child. I have an older sister who I love, and a younger brother who I love. We all live here in Canada. My sister lives here in Nova Scotia, about an hour away from me. My brother lives out in Alberta, another province here in Canada. And yeah, I'm the middle child. Lucky me. No matter where you fall in the ranks of your, childhood, we're all special, and we're all loved. Yeah, middle child here. Yeah, I wrote down sports, but I mentioned that in part 1. So Michele talked about hockey, and I thought I'm going to talk about hockey too, because being Canadian, you got to talk about hockey. I don't follow the NHL at all. The last time I think I remember following NHL was when I was little, and when Mark Messier was on Edmonton Oilers a long time ago, and I used to think he was handsome. It's kind of funny. But for the most part, I don't ever watch NHL games. I love World games, though. I love Olympic hockey and like the World Junior hockey around the New Year. Love it. And I love, of course, when Canada plays and wins. I love to watch the Finland team go, because my family on my mom's side is from Finland. But I love, even if they're not either one of those countries, I love to root for, the world. It's the world. And it's a great sport. I think it is. Yeah, growing up, like I say, I'm a rambler, guys. If you're new to me and my family, I'm a rambler, and I could talk, so I'm really going to try to keep it short, but it was very common, and it was at our house. We had a hockey net out in our driveway all the time. My brother played hockey. He'd have friends over and play hockey. I would play hockey with them, but I mean, it really wasn't my thing, but it was just like a way of life for us. We always had a hockey net in our driveway. In the summer, in the spring, in the fall, even in the winter, they'd go out and play, hockey in the driveway. Fun times. My favorite show when I was young, this is something that Michele talked about too. It's hard to narrow that down, but what I think I can say for sure, in junior high, I got a TV in my room, just a little box TV, and I was super pumped. I got a TV in my room, and Dad wired the cables, spliced them down in the basement, so I'd get cable in my room. And every day when I came home from school, I always watched Star Trek: The Next Generation. Captain Jean-Luc Picard and Deanna Troi and Data and all those guys. I like all the Star Treks, but I have to say Next Generation, that's my number one pick for sure. Alright, that was Misha coming upstairs. I just wrote down pets. We don't have any pets in this house. We have had pets over the years, but we don't have any pets right now, and I'm good with that. I really love animals, I do, but we don't have any pets right now. My daughter, though, my oldest daughter, has lots of beautiful little creatures living with her. She has 3 dragons, bearded dragons, and a snake, and she's had, interesting, beautiful babies over at her place. Love them. I just wanted to, age, yeah. I was a teenage mom. We were teenage parents, I should say. I was 17 when I first had my first baby. He was 19. And we've been together ever since. We are high school sweethearts, but yeah, I was 17 years old. So my oldest daughter will be turning 23 in August. We have 6 children. She's our oldest. Our youngest just turned 2. So, yeah. You'll have to watch some of the other videos to find out a little more about my babies. But yeah, we have 6 children. 4 girls and 2 boys. Okay. I jotted down like a few little reminders of what to talk about. I don't even know what number I'm on, so I'm just going to try. Yeah, well, I said I was going to talk about my husband and I have been together for 23 years. But you don't know, we are not actually married, and we don't plan to get married. This is how we choose to live. We could get married at any time, but we were together from the beginning. Actually, we're high school sweethearts. He went to a different high school though, and yeah, we've been together ever since, and that's the way it's going to be. Also, I should have mentioned in previous, all of our children, he named all of our children because they all have my last name. So, yeah, it's just the way that we work, and I love it. But when I talk about him, I refer to him as my husband because he is my husband. We're just not legally married on paper, and that's totally cool with me. Michele talked about swimming, so I just wrote swimming down, and yeah, something that I used to be really scared of. It doesn't really apply to me now. I suppose it would creep me out if it happened, but when I was a child, even in my teens, big things underwater would scare me. For example, if I was out canoeing in a lake, which we did a lot, and there's one of those giant rocks under the water, and you could see it, it's really creepy to me. I know that might sound silly, but I think it's a monster or something like that. I know it's not. I know it's a great big rock, but I think what could be creeping, lurking underneath of that? But when you think of freshwater lakes here, what's the worst that it could be? A fish, could be a snapping turtle. You wouldn't want one of those suckers, but most likely they're not hiding under a rock. But yeah, freak me out. Yeah, I suppose it's not scary to me now, but it's not my first choice to be floating in a canoe over a big rock underwater. Silly, but true. Another thing, I love to go grocery shopping. I don't go grocery shopping very often. Usually he does the grocery shopping, just because it's just the way he goes to work every day, and I'll tell him what, I'll text him or whatever to pick up this or that at the grocery store. But I just want to say, I love grocery shopping. I love going shopping for cleaners. And I know some of you might be judging to say, you should use natural, and I try to use natural as much as possible, but that's my weakness in a lot of ways, because I love to stock up on cleaners. I love little gadgets for cleaning, like a squeegee for my window, or a fancy mop bucket, or I don't have a Swiffer, but I have like I'll have to show you. It's like a Rubbermaid floor mop thing. That you can take the bottom off and throw it in the washing machine. Love all the little gadgets, if I can afford them, or, it's not going to be wasteful, because I only buy stuff if I'm actually going to use it. If I'm not going to use it, it just looks pretty on the shelf, I'm not getting that. It's a waste of space, and it's a waste of money. Yep. Clothes shopping, I never go clothes shopping. If I can find it, I'll insert a picture here. I only ever maybe go shopping for clothes for me once a year, and when I do, I only buy black clothes, and when I buy black clothes, they're just the straight up easy. I might spend maybe $100 on my own clothes in a year, maybe. And I'm not even joking about that. So if you follow any of my other videos, you'll see I'm always wearing black. I like black, it makes me feel comfortable, and I've been wearing black clothes for years and years and years and years. So no, I'm not wearing the same clothes every day. It might be the same outfit, but it's a different change of clothes. I can guarantee it. Work. Well, if you men or women out there that are watching this, if you stay at home and you're the primary parent at home, you're working all the time. All the time. But I do have a part-time job. Right now I'm on sick leave right now. I'm using time for my work, and I have a few medical issues. But when I do work outside of the home, I only work on the weekends. I work at a group home in a town that's close by, and I only do night shifts. So it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday midnights. And that's what I do. I enjoy doing it. I work with adults, and I go there and get some peace and quiet. I actually really love my job, and I love working nights. Nice and quiet, and yeah, there's work to be done, but it's nice and quiet. I hear somebody else coming. Just a minute. Alright guys, I had to switch positions. My oldest daughter, Medea, came over to use the office desk, so yeah, let's continue. I knew it was, yeah. I can't stay in one place for too long, and Mr. Mays is right behind the computer, or the camera, so we'll see how this goes. Another fact, this is kind of silly, but when I put on deodorant, I wear the twist and a little gel comes out of the top. That's what I've been wearing for a long time. And I have to, and I can't settle down unless I do it, put it on my arm. And I only twist it once, 8 times, so I'm Just twist it once, and I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Twist it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I just have to do it that way. I have to do it that way. So, yeah. Quirky. I'm a shower person. We bought this house in 2015, just the beginning of the summer. And I've never had a bath here. I don't care for baths. I really don't. I have showers all the time. But I've never had a bath in this house. And at our old house, which isn't too far from this one, I maybe had, and we were there 10 years, I might have had maybe 10 baths the whole time we lived there. Okay, it's hard to narrow down favorite smells and worst smells, but things that come to mind is, I too, Michelle, I love the smell of gas. I don't know, it tingles your senses. For me it does anyways. If I happen to get a little on my finger, I don't generally do that on purpose, but if you happen to, or if I happen to, and then I get back in the car, I have to sniff it just a smidge, and it just smells, it smells good. A smell that pops to mind, besides the general disgusting smells, I hate the smell of, and I don't want to sound preppy or anything like that, but we have a dishwasher. We never had a dishwasher before till we moved into a house. But I hate the smell of the steam that comes out of the dishwasher. Can't stand it. I know it's just dish water, but it grosses me out. I can't stand the smell of it. I have to stay away from it. Yeah, don't like it at all. Maze is sneaking up on the table again. I did that one. I know I mentioned this in one of my vlogs, but I have to have a fan when I'm sleeping. And I'll insert a picture here. And you'll see it's not just any fan. I have a giant floor fan up on a chair right beside my side of the bed. I sleep on the side that you can crawl out of easy. And I have it on full blast. I've had to have a fan to sleep ever since I can remember.
Okay.
But it's only gotten worse. The windier, the better. Really, I love it. Maze, he's trying to peek. No.
No.